This is Tom DeCord of edtechteacher.org with a video tutorial on assessment in Web 2.0 environments. Well, the first thing we want to keep in mind is that we are assessing learning and not technology. So our focus will be first and foremost on content and skills. One way of thinking of skills is to think back to Bloom's taxonomy and its ranking of both lower order and higher order thinking skills. The ultimate objective should be to have students demonstrate their ability to think critically about knowledge and create knowledge as a result of their understanding. We should also look to balance formative and summative assessments. An example of a formative assessment might be an ongoing assessment of student contributions to a wiki page. A summative assessment might be a final grade based on rubric criteria that was handed out to students in advance of the project. So what criteria should we include in our assessment of a Web 2.0 learning activity? Well, first of all, the activity should definitely be student-centered. The students should be active participants in creating knowledge. Second, the criteria should be clearly explained and ideally delineated before the project has begun. And thirdly, the students should demonstrate proficiency or mastery in the intended outcomes that you have outlined in the rubric. There are many sample assessments and rubrics of Web 2.0 learning activities on the web. Here is one from H.G. Tuttle on blog and wiki skills. Notice how the assessment questions are focused on content and skills. Questions such as ask questions or makes comments in a neutral manner, react neutrally or positively to improvements of his or her ideas, show the ability to compromise, demonstrate the thinking skills of analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. By including questions that are focused on skill and content, the assessment remains centered on learning and not on peripheral elements. As the goal of Web 2.0 integration is to build collaboration and community, we should focus on these elements in our assessment. Building teamwork and community goals means building shared responsibility for tasks and outcomes. It also means that the participants must listen, question, and discuss carefully amongst themselves. It also means that they must show critical thinking skills needed to solve problems. There are also online rubrics that can help you both determine and gauge criteria for collaboration. And I've listed several resources at the end of this slideshow. It's important to identify key criteria in the evaluation of Web 2.0 learning activities. First, we should gauge the relevance of the content. It should be appropriate, helpful, necessary information towards specific curriculum goals. Second, the students should be demonstrating proficiency in learning skills such as critical thinking, communication, and collaboration. Students should make effective use of multimedia that enhances learning and understanding and is not simply window dressing. Also, the students should be working effectively in group and partner environments where they are listening, discussing, questioning each other, and are appropriately dividing tasks. And finally, the students should show an understanding and respect for intellectual property rights when it comes to content. We also need to leave some room for student creativity and innovation. If the project framework is truly creative, we may not be able to accurately predict where the students will lead us. So consider to what extent you'd like to delineate all intended outcomes in your assessment. If students truly take responsibility and ownership over their own learning, they may indeed take us to places we never imagined. Here are resources to help you in developing your formative and summative assessments and developing rubrics for Web 2.0 environments. This is Tom signing off, and we'll see you online again soon.